Okay, so the first question is, what do you need from your teachers?
In the class environment, I would like enthusiasm and determination from my teachers because no one likes a boring environment that causes lack of interest and not learning how we should. So I would like to see my teachers determined to get their process through in the amount of time that they can.
Okay, next question is, how many of your teachers that you have greet you and smile at you at the door, like they're standing
They're
outside of the
standing outside,
classroom?
I would say about two.
Okay. And how would that make you feel when they greet you at the door? How does that make you feel?
It makes me want to go inside and be ready to learn. It gives me more enthusiasm than what I walked up there and just walk in the class and sit down and my teacher's sitting down.
Okay. And what's the one thing that you like the most about Rutherford?
I like the diversity at Rutherford, how different people come together, how many different groups can come together, and like you see so much diversity around here and how people get along and all that.
Okay. And what's the thing you like the least?
The least, I would say, the drama. Like they bring in drama from years ago to here. It's like it's no point now. You done got this far. Why start now?
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Would you like to state your name?
My name is Azaria Newberry.
Okay, Azaria. And as always,
Go Rams.
thank you much. Have a great day.
All right.
Good morning. So, what do you expect from your teachers?
I usually expect them to have something planned and ready for us when we walk into the door and have an overall friendly feel.
Okay. So, how many of your teachers greet you at the door, smile, say good morning, that kind of thing?
All of them, just not every single day, but a lot of the time they are waiting at the door to greet us.
Okay. And so, how does it make you feel when they greet you?
It makes it feel like a very nice and at-home environment.
Okay. And tell me, what do you like most about Rutherford?
The very friendly feel that most of the students have.
Okay. What's the worst thing?
Restroom quality in some of the buildings.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Would you mind sharing your name?
Sean McDaniel.
Okay. Thank you, Sean. And as always,
Go Rams.
what do you expect from your teachers?
Respect, discipline, kindness. That's it.
Okay. So, do your teachers greet you at the door and welcome you in the morning?
Some of them,
Okay. Of your teachers, how many greet you?
about two or three,
Okay. How does that make you feel?
like they're respecting or something.
Okay. So, tell me the best thing about Rutherford.
Sports, basketball.
Okay. What's the worst thing?
Some of them teachers, they don't
Oh.
like me. It
Okay.
hurt my heart sometimes.
Okay. And well, thank you for sharing. Would you mind sharing your name?
Lamar Grissom,
Okay, Lamar. Thank you. And as always,
go around.
good morning. So here's a question: what do you expect from your teachers?
I think what I expect most is that they have a learning technique, like they have a teaching technique that can really suit me and how I learn, so I can live up to the full capability that I have inside me.
And, I expect my teachers to appreciate, and understand every question I have, even if it's quite a silly question.
Okay. So how many of your do your teachers greet you at the door? Do they say hello? Do they smile?
Yeah, most of them. Yes.
Okay. So of your teachers, how many greet you at the door?
Well, one of my teachers are actually standing at the door holding it open, but if they're not at the door, they're at their desk smiling and welcoming us.
Okay.
Same here. It really depends on the day which ones come to the door. I know Mr. Creamer always is at the door, but other than that, it really depends on the day.
Okay. How does that make you feel?
It's
Great.
yeah, it's very welcoming. It just makes a more friendly learning environment, and I think that's one of the most important parts.
Okay. And so, what's the best thing about Rutherford?
Probably the IB program. Like it.
We
Yeah.
are truly, it's kind of cliche, but we are really like a big family, and it's so great. I love this school so much.
Okay.
And everyone's really welcoming in the IB program. And everyone's really close, and it's a really nice community to learn in.
Okay. And what's the worst thing?
the music program I don't think gets enough funding, being a band geek, but
Okay.
that's about the only. Other than that, Rutherford's a really good high school. I'm glad that I chose to come here.
Okay.
I don't really
Okay.
have anything bad to say.
Okay. Well, thank you. Do you mind sharing your names?
I'm Jade Maynard.
I'm Tori Mellarine.
Okay, Jade, Tori, thank you. And as always,
Go Rams!
what do you expect from your teachers?
Respect, show kindness, and a good person from me, being a good person.
Okay. So how many of your teachers, do your teachers greet you at the door?
Yes,
How many of your teachers greet you at the door?
about 4.
And how does that make you feel?
I feel like James, normal.
You feel like James Normal? Okay, do you like it when they greet you or you don't care?
Yes, I like it
Why do you like it?
because it shows respect from them.
Okay, and what's the best thing about Rutherford?
My friends,
Okay, and what's the worst thing about Rutherford?
my friends.
Okay, thank you, James. And as always,
Go around.
so tell me, what do you expect from your teachers?
Well, I expect them to obviously have work for us to do and to teach us the notes that we need to know. But from what I've actually found with my teachers is that they're very helpful, and if you need help, they will help you, and they are like your friends. So I love my teachers. I don't have any problems with them.
Okay, so how do you feel when your teachers greet you at the door, smile, say good morning?
It really makes me feel at home because they're like your friends. They're acting like your family. They're not just like get to class, do your work, sit down, don't talk at all, be like a blank figure, static, don't do anything. Like the teachers are your friends. They're there to interact with you, help you learn and stuff like that. So
Okay, so of your teachers, how many of your teachers stand outside and greet you at the door?
I'd say maybe I can only think of one really.
Okay.
But it's not just greeting at the door that helps. Like even in the classroom, they're still helpful and they're nice too. So greeting at the door is kind of helpful, but you still get to talk to them at the same amount that you do if they're not standing outside. You still get to interact with them. So that's not a big thing to me, but
Okay.
it still helps.
Okay. How does it make you feel when they do that?
It's good at home.
Okay. And so, what's the best thing about Rutherford?
Well, the environment that it puts you in, because it's not like crazy strict. I went to a charter academy where everything was so uptight, but Rutherford has a great learning environment, while also it makes you comfortable.
Okay. What's the worst thing?
Well, sometimes some of the people might like have a fight or something like that, and then some things might be a little bit dirty, but that's not too much.
Okay.
That's not minor.
And what is and do you mind sharing your name? What's your name?
Alex Johnson.
Okay. Well, thank you, Alex. And as always,
Go Rams.
good morning. I have a couple questions for you. So, first question is, what do you expect from your teachers?
I expect them to be like more involved with our assignments and like to be more involved, like how they can help us pull up our grade and I don't know, just be more involved. Like it's worth coming to class.
Okay. So, my next question is, how many of your teachers greet you at the door and smile and say good morning, that kind of thing?
I have about three of my teachers.
3 of your teachers?
Yeah.
Okay, so when those 3 teachers greet you at the door and smile or whatever and say good morning, how does that make you feel?
And it makes me feel more welcome to the classroom and like more energized to get my work done.
Okay. And next question is, what do you like most about Rutherford?
Well, I like the fact that we could go off campus and they give us like a lot of opportunities like to make up our work and like you work with our schedules and stuff.
Okay. What do you like least?
The least favorite is probably the grading system. Like how bad it affects, like if we score bad on a test, then it drops it so low. And if we do good on something, it only gets boosted up like 2 points.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay.
Would you like to share your name?
My name is Angela Davis.
Okay, thank you, Angela. And as always,
Go Rams.
thank you much. Good morning. Tell me, what do you expect from your teachers?
Respect. Show kindness.
Okay. So, do your teachers greet you at the door and they say good morning and smile at you?
Some teachers do.
Okay. Of the teachers you have, how many do that?
2.
Okay. So when they do that, how does that make you feel?
Made me feel good. Stop my day off.
Mm-hmm. So what is your favorite thing about Rutherford?
Sports.
Okay. And what's the worst thing?
What's the worst thing? I don't think it's the worst thing.
Okay, well that's cool. Do you mind sharing your name?
Christian Henry.
Okay, thank you, Christian. And as always,
Go Rams.